Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. And Marky Mark takes flight, my review of the 2025 action thriller, Flight Risk, coming up now. A pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. So, what did I think of Flight Risk? I thought it's a ghastly action thriller. It's directed by Mel Gibson, who's also known for directing good movies such as Braveheart, The Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto, and Hacksaw Ridge. How the mighty have fallen here. A few of my peers found the film to be entertaining, even if it's not a good movie, but I sure did not, and thought it was a painful sit. I'm still trying to figure out why Mark Wahlberg has that horrendous hairstyle for this film, as it adds nothing to the story and makes him look like a demented Bozo the Clown. It has to be one of the worst hairstyles in cinema history. All of the marketing spoils the fact that Wahlberg is the villain, with a horrible accent, and is posing as someone he's not. But it's odd that he spends most of the movie unconscious and barely does anything in the whole runtime. He's also a dreadful assassin, and seems like he's been hired off of Reddit. I was hoping at least the action sequences would be commendable, but everything feels lackluster. Even the inevitable flying and trying to land the plane sequences by the non-pilot characters, who are getting some tips from the ground. There's also no tension or suspense to be found, just dumbness. The visuals look bad as well, with a special shout out to the terrible looking CGI moose looking in the CG window of a CG hotel room cabin. The story has an interesting 90s B-movie premise, but it goes downhill very quickly. There are action/survival movie cliches piled on top of action/survival movie cliches. While the three main characters are flying, there's subplots going on with agents on the ground that we hear over the radio, with characters double-crossing each other. The reveals here are so obvious, I've seen tougher mysteries from Blue's Clues. The comedy is awful, and the only laughs I got out of the entire experience were unintentional. It felt like a random SNL skit that isn't funny and just keeps bombing as it goes on. Wahlberg's character whips out some terrible innuendos, sounding like they were written by a horny 12-year-old dousing himself with Axe body spray. Unfortunately, that's how the whole movie sounds, as the overall dialogue is atrocious. When the characters got on the plane, they were so insufferable that I thought I was going to have to tap out early. I stuck with it, unfortunately, but they stay overly annoying throughout. The piss-poor ending is very abrupt as well. Its runtime of 90 minutes felt more like 9 hours, as its pacing drips like molasses. All three of the main cast feel miscast here and seem like they're all acting in 3 different films. The cast stars Mark Wahlberg as the pilot / quote-unquote Daryl Booth, the hitman disguised as a Texan pilot, Michelle Dockery as Madeline Harris, the deputy U.S. Marshal still recovering from the events of her last case, and Topher Grace as Winston, the accountant turned informant set to testify against a crime family in New York. Flight Risk is a laughably bad action film that should have gone straight to streaming and is a total misfire. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of sucky. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Instagram and Letterboxd at West A-List. Until next time, troop out.